3 a.m. Anyone else? 3 a.m. Streamers rise. 4 a.m. for Sola. Europeans eating good. Shiro at the 11 a.m. mark. Europeans and people in the APAC region eating real good. North Americans not eating as good. Eating unless you've adjusted to a Korea sleep schedule like myself. My EU streamer is so goated. Dude, I woke up at 4 p.m. today. I woke up at 4 p.m. my time. This is I haven't been this sort of degeneracy has not hit for a long time in my life. I've been a dutiful waking up in the AM guy. I mean, you're gonna sleep when your family wakes up? Yep. We're on completely different schedules. NA here, but it's weekends, so I go full degen. Honestly, okay. Unemployment hitting hard. Well, technically, I'm employed by the T1 esports organization. Average shift worker schedule. See, I've done shift work before, like when I was working in high school and early part of college, but I mostly was working. I did work evenings, but like that would end at like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., you know, at the latest. So I've never done it this late. You misspelled the link in your Twitter post? Are you kidding me? Oh, I did. You do be right. You'd be correct. It's twitch.tv/Avast. Your parents misspelled your name on the birth certificate? I don't think that's true at all. I think that's a lie. What else did you last moved? What about moving to Korea? Honestly, I'm working towards my Korean citizenship here, you know? This is the first step. Is the T1 Costream. That's the first step towards my Korean citizenship. Oops, didn't mean to turn that off entirely. So we'll get there, you know. Now we've had plenty of national moves. We need an international move. We need a global move. That's the one thing I haven't completed yet. I haven't completed like a global international move yet. I've completed every variation of the national move. I just need it. I need the global. I need to hit some global moves coming up. Mr. Worldwide style. Do you think I could like move really easily if I like put myself in a shipping container and like stowed away on like a cargo freight like ship? Would that be cheap and easy? Thoughts on the Street Fighter 6 collab? It's pretty good. I mean, I feel like it's pretty solid. I don't really have any complaints, but I also am not a huge Street Fighter fan, so I don't really think I'm super emotionally invested in like the collaboration. Now, if you hit me with like a Mass Effect collaboration or a Pikmin collaboration, oh, now we're talking. You sound like someone who just ruined his sleep schedule with Costream Korean games. Super tired? No, I mean, my sleep schedule is pretty adjusted at this point. It's like obviously this is the first week of me going that late, but I'm working towards the goal. But I'm just kind of I'm talking a little quietly just to not try to wake up my family right now, because they're also flying tomorrow morning to Corpus Christi, so they're waking up like pretty early. Anything to know probably ever happened? Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm having my second cup of tea right now. I gotta take my tea bag out. I gotta stop steeping that bad boy. My second cup of tea for the night. The wedding stream, yeah. No, that's not happening tonight. My parents show up on stream? Probably never. Hello. Also, look what I got out. Notice this. T1's not playing today, so I think we're bringing out the Bulbor bitch. The Pog Bull bitch short. It's coming out. T1's not even playing today. Okay, explain the T1 logo. Well, I'm a T1 streamer. Officially signed, so that's the T1 logo, obviously. It's quite simple. It's not a hard concept, if you ask me. I would say Also, look at this. Look at this mug. They got this. My brother's girlfriend got this mug for my mom. Can you see this? A little bit. It's got the names of the cats. Sorry, the light's reflecting off them. There you go. Got some cats on this mug. Got the names of the cats. There's 2 of them that have, so they have all the cats. What are those photos? I mean, they're like just stylized renditions, man. They're just cats. Okay, let me turn on the audio here. You took your mom's mug? Well, she's not really using this mug. I'm the only one that really drinks hot liquids in this house. No one else drinks hot liquids. Turn this down a little bit. I think I might have turned up my volume really high. That should be better. There we go. Okay. Hello, hello. All right, let me go talk to Avril real quick. Where's Avril? I think I'm in Discord with him. Avril, okay, I'm back. Hello. How are you today, huh? You chilling? No, I've been live the whole time. I've just been talking to chat. And I gotta set the prediction. Yeah. Its first match is what we got? Way and OSG, of course. ONSIDE Gaming. So true. They are sponsored by the soup. What's good, Avast? Not much. We're chilling. Can you not hear Avril? Oh, you can't.
What should we name our team? ONSIDE Gaming. That's OG. We'll do that. That's how they came up with their name, surely.
You think they just stole the logo and name? Kilo, he's alive? Yeah, look at this roster. They have, well, this isn't the roster. I mean, this roster Way's got, it's got Aid, Sunjun, Jasmine, Milguru, which I don't really know that well, but I know Jasmine, I know Sunjun, I know Aid, I know Maka, and Lee So Min, of course, or Lee Soo Min. Can you make us with chat messages that might type and respond to it? Yeah, no worries. But the other roster, ONSIDE Gaming, like Avril was talking about, yeah, it's got Kilo, Auto, Attack. I don't know what she. Opener, Irony.
Like how Aid and Maka are doing the opposites. They're like going in different directions. To, like,
I do like that. That's kind of cute.
Shape.
That's cute.
Do you like how Sunjun is doing the W, Jasmine is doing the A, and Lee Soo Min is doing the Y?
Should I put on my bitch shirt to go to the cinema today?
Like that?
You know what? Live your best life. Though I will say, in general, is probably don't be the cringe person that. I typically don't wear anything that has like curse words out in public because I don't want to be like, especially if you go to like a family place that there could be kids. I'm typically trying not to be that guy, you know. I'm trying not to ruin the family experience if possible. Vast high value, thank you, licensed contractor. I bet you put up some nice drywall, licensed contractor.
Aid versus Otto. Wow. How old is Otto rather? I think
I imagine all these guys have to be. No, Otto has to be like mid-20s max. I feel. Why is Otto going to the military? Oh wait, maybe that's why he's saluting. He's about to go to military. He's too old.
I thought he already went to the military.
I'm not sure.
He's been, like,
I don't know.
Out of the game for a while.
People are saying he's 25 now.
Because Otto he's a veteran. This guy wasn't this guy like season 1? He just came
Cool,
back.
some players are recognized. We're watching still playing. Yeah. There's plenty still around. I mean, you have to remember so many players in the Overwatch League were like.
He was
really
also missing for a while, so.
Missing as in like missing, or missing as in like he was in the military?
Missing from the Overwatch scene.
I think Otto wasn't he season 2 with Spark? Am I crazy, or was he one with Dragons? Was he season 1 with Dragons? Yeah. That's right. That's right. No one knows where Moth went. I know where Moth went. Moth went back to school, finished it, and now has like a computer science job.
And now he's a systems engineer on the Overwatch team.
Is he actually?
No.
I was about to say, I don't think so.
But that would be a cool story, you know? He went and got his degree.
Yeah, I don't remember him doing that. I'm pretty sure he's working in He was
Military industrial
working.
complex.
No, he's always been working in the States. He wasn't working in Toronto, but Otto was Season 1 Dragons, Season 2 Justice, and Season 3 Spark. I knew he was on the Spark at one point. That's right.
I would like to get a job at Raytheon, or perhaps Boeing, or perhaps Lockheed and Martin, or perhaps General Dynamics.
Why are you calling it Lockheed and Martin? That sounds like a comedy duo. Like it's like Penn and Teller. Lockheed and Martin.
Is that the name? Did I get it wrong?
No, it's Lockheed Martin. It's just Lockheed Martin.
Oh, it's not Lockheed and Martin?
No, it's not Lockheed and Martin. It would be really.
Well,
I'm
who's
just
Martin anyway?
imagining. I'm just imagining Lockheed and Martin, where it's like, I'm Lockheed.
guys.
Like, I make the missiles, and I'm Martin, and I sell the missiles.
Would you like to create some war together? Yes,
Black
I would.
and water.
Black and water.
That's a good one. That's a good
General
one.
and Dynamics, thoughts?
Goldman and Sachs.
Oh, imagine.
Avril calls it
Lockheed
Burger
Martin, a
and
family
King.
company.
Burger and King.
Yeah, it's just a mom and pop war store. It's just a mom and pop weapons store. It's just a family company.
Showing up to see my favorite Chinese Overwatch. It's Weibo and gaming. Holy
My
shit.
favorite is Mitsubishi. When you realize they make like they make like motorcycles, microwaves, fridges, and then also tanks and missiles. Just randomly.
Yeah.
And fighter jets. They're like, wow, they really do make everything.
Make it all.
It really is a one-stop shop. Yeah, Hitachi. Do Hitachi make tanks?
I don't know if they make tanks, but I mean they make some weapons of war in the sexual pleasure department. They're making some general
very
fighting.
Broad company.
Yeah.
It's a very broad company, you know. Waging war in real life and also in the bedroom is what they do.
I really
you
love
covered, yeah, whatever
how
you
the
need, they got you
Korean
covered.
caster has like a regular pair of jeans with like a button-up shirt and a tie. I'm a big fan of this. Mr. Zetus. Face revealed
Let's do
Zetus.
the half tuck like Mitch.
Face revealed Zetus, who stole my
should just do
content. Stole my content about the X Nightmare roster. Thank you for the tier Y. In the 6 months, dude, you got a new badge, Mr. Zetus. You got a new badge. Best, you are my favorite member of Plat Chat to have been part of the Boston Uprising. I don't think there's anyone else that was a part of the Boston Uprising, to my knowledge. Oasis. A little Oasis. So, Avril, give me a... We talked about this roster a bit, but, I mean, shouldn't Way probably just be a lot better than OnSide Gaming here? I'm imagining, based off their performance,
Historically,
that they should
probably
be.
yes. But OnSide Gaming have like some capable players, so I'll give them some benefit of the doubt. I think they'll be okay. I would say Way have a better chance to win.
OK
statistically
Gaming.
speaking.
They've got OK Gaming here. You're
Then,
my
like,
least favorite.
I don't know. I don't know where Ardo's at. I don't know if he's washed.
To be a part of
I don't know
my
if he's
the
good.
Boston Uprising.
Like, a little
Okay,
hard to tell.
that's kind of fucked up.
Whereas Way, we know they're good because we just saw them, you know, recently.
Right in front of my tea, right in
then
front of my
again,
cat
they do lose
mug
to
tea.
IU.
You're gonna say
Then
that?
again, Sonja's pretty good. Then again, they lost Pepe, and Jasmine's a bit of a downgrade.
It's okay. Pepe went to the vaunted APAC region. Maybe played for 99. Is he on 99 Divine? Right? Is that what he's
Yeah,
on?
he is. Yeah, he is.
Uh,
he is.
Tea and not Coke
went
Zero?
for
Well,
Korea
it's not
passes.
deep into the night yet. And the tea, even though it's low caffeine, it has a little bit of caffeine to help get me, make sure I'm energized up. And, post dinner and dessert, I gotta have a little tea. I don't know if you feel that way, Avril, if you have a particular
Spill the
liquid.
tea, sis.
Do you have a particular liquid you have to drink post dinner and dessert? Like where it's like I gotta drink this particular beverage.
Yeah, I'm a pretty consistent guy. I drink Coke Zero, no caffeine, before, during, and after dinner. Thoughts?
Honestly, that's extremely based of you. That's extremely based of you. But
Except
I
today, I went to the shop and I wanted to buy more, and they didn't have any, so I had to settle
that's fucked up.
for Pepsi Zero Sugar, Zero Caffeine. So I'm about to.
I didn't even know Pepsi did zero caffeine. Honestly, I did not know that. That's
They
news.
do. All I can
That's
say
news
is
to me.
the Coke version ran out, but the Pepsi version fully stocked.
Plenty,
That's all I can
plenty
say.
on the shelves. Plenty on the shelves.
Plenty on the
Dude,
shelves.
it's so interesting because I was in California too. California, like especially Los Angeles, like a hub of industry and people, like so many people, and only a couple stores carried it. And then in Dallas now, back where I live with my parents, like in suburbia, it's everywhere. on the shelves. The sludge, the non-caffeinated sludge is on every fucking store shelf. I'm like, what's going on here? Is it just because everyone here doesn't drink caffeine, like they're a bunch of nerds like me, or like I don't know. I'm not totally certain, but yeah, I overall I gotta finish the night on a tea. Well, not finish the night, but finish my main meals of the day on a tea. You know, especially after I had a dessert. I don't know. I don't think you've ever had Bluebell ice cream before, Avril, but it's like the Southern ice cream classic in the U.S. They released a new flavor, or at least they brought it back. It was called Tin Roof, and it's got chocolate-covered peanuts in a dark chocolate ice cream with some vanilla ice cream mixed together. Holy shit, it slapped so hard. And then you have some tea afterwards. You're living your best life.
They released a new flavor. It's called Coke. No sugar, no caffeine.
They do have a Dr. Pepper and a Coke. They do have a Dr. Pepper and a Coke flavor though of ice cream.
You know what? I had Dr. Pepper and I wasn't a fan.
You wasn't a fan? Really? Not a fan of Dr. Pepper?
I'm not saying it tastes bad. I'm just saying it wasn't for me. It's not
really
my...
What didn't you like about it?
My thing. I think it's just an acquired taste. I just think it's like not...
Was it too
taste.
medicinal, you know? Too like...
a little too cough syrupy.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Sure.
A little bit too purple drank for me. You know?
That's fair. Who got first ban here? Was it Wei or was it? I'm assuming it was. Yeah, it was. It was Wei. Wei got first ban on Ana.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, they banned Ana, and ONSIDE banned Hazard. Is there a particular reason why they would like to ban Ana? Does ONSIDE have like our opener? I mean, opener is a main support player, right? So like Achieve, is he like a goated Ana or something?
I don't know who Achieve is, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
He's not a goated Ana. Based on that.
What if this is debut? Well, I guess he can't play Ana, to be fair. Welcome to Overwatch University.
True.
Not a fan of Dr. Pepper either.
Room. Where is this room?
You haven't seen this room? Heartbreak emoji. The kids are not learning. 90% of kids will not be able to answer this. 90% of Av co-streamers will not be able to answer this question.
Dude, I've never seen that room on Oasis before. Where is that? It's like don't have a Winston player.
It's in the mini. The New York Times mini?
Tank? They only have one tank?
Who? ONSIDE?
Is Attack the only tank? Yeah. Attack is the only tank, right?
That's all they need.
Yeah, there's not even a Winston player.
That's all they need in this economy. They just need a Zarya. They just need a Zarya. Happy Beluga. What a name. Thank you for the prime.
If you expecting Jasmine to go Orisa, I think the Zarya is kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Zarya here. Yeah, I agree. And then once again, more Freya. So Freya is... Based off our information that we saw yesterday, we know that Freya is...
I just lost...
Perma.
Oh, they have FaZe, who's another off-tank. Amazing. This team has 2 tanks, and they're both off-tanks. Brilliant.
Dude, wait, that's actually so banger. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually wicked as fuck. Imagine having 2 off-tank players on one roster and no main tanks. That's actually so fucking cool.
Couldn't be Twisted
I'm not
Minds.
gonna lie.
Couldn't be Twisted Minds and OnSide Gaming.
That's so fucking epic. Okay, they kill Jasmine, they get Kilo. Wait a minute. Wait, the Zarya's popping? The attack Zarya's popping, though? Are there like 3 EU teams like that? Yeah, but we don't care about them.
Oh, FaZe is the coach? Never mind.
Okay, so they have 1 tank as an off-tank. Is that more base or less base than 2 off-tanks? I feel like it's slightly... Really think it's more? I think it's slightly less based, but...
You'd rather have 2 off-tanks on your team, would you?
I feel like it's more based to just have 2 off-tanks because you've essentially just committed to like having 2 players that play the same shit and they don't do anything different.
I'm gonna create a fantasy team with 3 off-tanks on it.
Why not get 3 off-tanks? So true. Goodbye attack. So it looks like Wave just like put Jasmine on Winston and they put the trade and they're just like, fuck it. Like now we just win because we get to play Winston.
They're doing the harm Winston. They're doing again, I respect the Plat strategy here. It turns out that once more, Plat counterpicking works. Oh, they have Zarya, I will go Winston. Ooga booga. Plat counterpicking once again coming out.
Yeah. So Jasmine's not, I mean, Jasmine, not a full Winston player, so.
He's not a Winston player.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Hey, it's okay. Attack has a grab. What if he grabbed Ade up in the air there? Wouldn't that be sick? He solo grabs. Okay, no, he got 2. He got 2. That's value.
He kind of got slipped into that one.
He did. He got sucked in. He got sucked in by the gravitational
pool.
pull.
Off the side, but he kind of.
When I got 3 off tanks, you know what? Now you're talking. 3 off tanks. That would be sick as fuck. Just 3 off tanks, all vibes. What if they each played a different tank? Like we had your Sigma player, your Diva player, your like your fucking Ramatra player or something. Now that would be sick. What do they have? Do they have Ray? Ray v Ray? And there's a Kiriko now for Wei. Because I don't think they had that Kiriko before. They had the Kiriko before.
It's actually a nerf to Wei because Mark is a really good Ana player, so they've actually banned their own Ana.
Okay, attack kills himself.
Now attack can swap. Attack's gonna swap to Orisa.
Surely, right? Surely, or Diva. Yeah, Diva's not bad either. I think Diva's actually not bad either into this.
I think Orisa would have been pretty good into the Winston, or just in general.
Now that someone's on Falcons who plays more and more him or Hanbin, depends on the meta. After the performance last night, Hanbin looked a lot better than someone last night, but could be a variety of reasons, to be fair. Okay, attack's gonna get demeched. Goodbye, Mr. Attack. Hello, let me sleep already. But yeah, it depends on the meta, I think. So what's the likelihood that either of these teams, like, it's most likely what, Wei that potentially gets like 4th in Korea? If you were to guess,
yeah.
If you were to guess, yeah.
If I choose one to be Wei, but still not that confident given that their roster changes. Although if they play more Milgar and less Jasmine, maybe. It is strange they started with Jasmine and not Milgar. Normally they start Milgar.
Wait, actual value from the bolus? Actually value from the new Bungada? The new Vungada there? Now all they did was like trade, but they did get something with a solo ult for Freya.
I had a Freya try to solo ult a Widowmaker in my quick play game today. And
okay.
During the bowler, she died to Widowmaker headshot.
The Bola.
Tried to solo ult the Widow, and the Widow just headshot her.
Is it a Bola or a Bolus?
It was a bowler.
It's a Bola?
Bowler shot.
When they ask me what vaccination I need for the upcoming disease, the Ebola shot. I don't think that exists though, to be honest. I don't think there is an Ebola shot. So Ramatra for Jasmine into the Diva. I mean, that's a pretty good swap.
Dude, Ram is back on the menu. I thought Ram.
Ram might be back. Ram might be back. I mean, I guess to be fair, how much like Diva have we seen played on maps where like Ram isn't like terrible? To be fair, like we've seen Diva get played, but it's not like maps where I feel like we've seen a lot of Ramatra, like at least without like the hard Ram meta that was occurring.
Actually, Jasmine is playing the most ham someone 2023 counter swapping bullshit possible. Every time attack swaps or something, Jasmine's like, I'm gonna look at my university counter chart. What counters Diva? Oh, Ramatra. Good. Okay, I'll play
They're
that.
keeping like they're keeping just like the Pokemon type chart with Overwatch University.
Yeah.
Oh, opener should die, right? Yeah. Dude, this is crazy. When you have 2 off tanks on the field and no main tanks, it's insane how many tanks are gonna get played. Like everyone's just gonna be counter swap. Like you just have guys that are like all they are is the Swiss Army knives, so they can't play like one tank, so they gotta like swap every time. They're like, bro, we have so much flexibility. It's almost like a trap. Holy, okay, good round from ONSIDE, honestly. Pretty good round from ONSIDE.
I thought they lost that because opener and a team died. They had no supports. They won that with no supports. Wow.
Oh, cup of tea demolished. Let's freaking go. You know what else they released that was big on the dessert market recently, Avril, in the United States? They released a chocolate-covered pretzel Oreo. Look at that. The chocolate-covered pretzel Oreo. Yeah. I don't exactly know how that's going to work out.
You guys are the best at somehow injecting more calories into things that already had a lot of calories.
To be honest, the like, double stuff Oreo, the Oreo is actually quite a decent macro-friendly dessert because you get it's vegan, which doesn't really matter because that has nothing to do with calories, but got a little protein. It's not like insanely calorically dense. It's not the worst dessert of all time. I'm pretty sure the Tin Roof Bluebell I had was far worse, but you know, I'm an active fella. I eat healthy. I'm allowed a little dessert.
Your country is so good at stuffing calories into things.
We are.
You have something that the second and third world just can't comprehend, which is obese homeless people. It's like, how does that happen? That's how calorie dense your
To be
food
fair,
is.
I feel like for a lot of people, like, it's like this study, I don't know if you've ever seen, but like, Asian Americans, in particular, a lot of like Korean Americans have like really much higher rates of like colon cancer in America because like, and just like because essentially they keep all the red meat and they keep all the alcohol when they move here, but then they just stop eating all the vegetables. So even though like they just stop, I mean they still probably eat like a lot of it, like on average more vegetables than your white Americans do, but like comparatively, like Korean people in Korea, like they have like, I would argue, like very carcinogenic heavy diet still with like red meat and alcohol, but they just eat way more veggies.
Well, they move to America like, I'm free. I'm gonna,
maybe so.
Mom can't make me eat the vegetables now.
They're just like, yeah, with chicken nugget time. It's Tindy time. Actually, it's time to go to the quarters in LA for like the 8th time this week. Is more likely. Even though that's not really in vogue anymore. That used to be the old esports Korea play, like K barbecue, but not anymore in LA. I don't know what the new hang is. But I'm also I'm not. What? What don't you trust?
I don't trust vegetables in America either, because I bet you guys put seed oils inside them. So I wouldn't.
Oh, true. You know what? Wait a minute. He's getting ready for his meeting with RFK Jr. He's gonna be a foreign dignitary.
When I eat your vegetables, I'm like, why is there some seed oil in your carrots? Why? Who's injecting seed oils into the carrots? It's fucked up. I'm crazy, dude.
Okay, I think Wei in this Winston mirror on a map that's like full Winston, Wei definitely looks a lot better. If they're not able to play like a full off tank here for ONSIDE gaming, they are having some issues.
Seeing 2 off tanks play Winston is quite the.
It is very funny.
It is a good one.
Seed oils are good for you. Don't get brainwashed. Okay, but how come when I eat 4,000 calories of stuff made with seed oils, I get really bad?
Exactly.
Explain that. Explain that one, huh? How come if I eat like an inordinate amount of calories that has a bunch of seed oils in it, then it's bad for me?
How come when I eat 2 liters of seed oils, I pee out of my butt? Huh? Explain that one.
Haven't. Wait, what the fuck just happened? Okay, Sunjun got like bolused, and it doesn't matter.
I think both teams use the bowler.
I think so. That's actually a craving pain. You're not getting enough seed oils. Oh, I see. I'm seed oil deficient. I mean, this is just into round, right? Because they have Ray, but I don't think, unless they like get a pick right now, it's probably done.
Hang on, way alone.
Oh, what a boop. I know, but the boop from Lee Sumin was actually fucking crazy there. When attack went for the leap. I mean, it's over. It's over. There's no way. It would require such a... Dude, wait, Lee Sumin's kind of popping.
How's Lee Sumin got 2? Lee Sumin's a flex support player, by the way. Lee Sumin is doing the Violet flex support to main support swap.
But the difference is, okay, it's more okay if you're like a less noteworthy flex support. You need 2 off tanks to help absorb all the seed oil. Oh, 2 that's why you get multiple off tanks. You get one guy getting all the canola oil, one guy getting like all the cottonseed oil. You're just giving it all to them.
If I wanted to eat beef tallow, where would I go to get beef tallow?
I mean, you could probably just find it.
Are there specific restaurants that like serve beef tallow?
I don't know about restaurants, but I mean, like, I'm pretty sure in America at least you can find like beef tallow in grocery stores.
I don't want to make it myself. I want someone.
You don't make the beef tallow, man. You don't have to raise the cow. It's already there for you. Or you're talking about the food?
I mean the food. I don't.
Okay. You don't have to become a rancher. You know?
Okay. You want beef tallow? You better raise that cow yourself.
Did you finish making your roster for OWCS? I did. I made one yesterday. I have like, I ended up getting like Ice Gnome, Gala, Ultraviolet. Who's my other? And Rocket. I think I had one more. I forgot what my other DPS player was. But and Chio and Donghack? No, I don't think they had Chio and Donghack. Because it only had NA and EMEA.
What NA and EMEA players have beef like Chio and Donghack? Although they probably don't anymore. I think Kufra and Ice Gnome do based on their Twitter interactions.
Yeah, Kufra and Ice Gnome definitely do.
Aside from that, I'm not too sure who's got beef.
Okay, I think it's actually Jover for ONSIDE if they have to play non-off tank heavy comps. Like if they have to play into a dive map, I think it's Jover for them into A. It's not looking good. Yubi and KSA, but didn't they like quash the beef because they got back together? Like aren't they like, am I going crazy? Aren't they playing again together? Didn't they quash it? They quashed the damn beef.
They quashed it. Nice.
The beef has been quashed.
They quashed it only for their team to now have 2 off tanks.
That's fine. Now they have more beef because they can absorb more seed oils to cook more beef. They can do it. Yeah, it's not, I mean, ONSIDE is getting actually sucked and fucked comparatively, like when they have to play into the dive.
To go back to Winston.
Yeah.
I think this is worse than Winston now. I'd rather see
tough.
the off tank Winston.
It's tough here. So is the debate settled now? It doesn't matter if this isn't your strong suit, you should just fucking play the meta? Is the debate settled?
Actually, I think their backline is, I don't know, they're playing like a dive now, but it's still Brig Juno.
Yeah, the Brig Juno is interesting because I feel like it's...
The Lucio Kiriko is probably more standard for dive at the moment, if you don't have Ana.
Kind of a nasty shot, honestly.
Kilo came back because of Freya, surely.
Yeah, he's like, I need to play a crossbow character. I really want to play... I bet Keo... Oh, Achieve! Wait a minute. His debut game. The debut Achieve game where he wins the 1v1 versus Sunjin. He must be... I bet Kilo type of guy to play Stealth Archer in Skyrim. Or the Oblivion Remaster. He's like, I just want to play the Archer. But it does not matter. It does not matter. It's looking like a Swift. Well, it depends on the maps, I guess. If they can take him to like Circuit and then like a couple other like decent off-tank situations. Yeah, Otto was not having a fun time. But their whole team in general is kind of getting like pooped on, to be fair. There's something really tough when you see like the staff for the team come on stage and one guy's just nonchalantly on his phone, Sigma male style.
그죠. 결국에는 이제 마키리코를 가는 게 아니라 디바를 통해서 딜라를 좀 지켜주고 가는 식으로 하려고 했지만 좀 힘에 붙였었던 온사이드 게이밍이었고요. 맞습니다. 자, 이렇게 웨이의 강력함이 다시 한번 증명되었던 워셔스.
You know, you asked the anime gamer girl, but I used to own a snake. I've told the story before, but I had a snake for a little while. His name was Killer.
Have you ever had Rabbit?
Have I had Rabbit? The eat? No, I don't think I've ever had Rabbit. No, I've had other small creatures. Like I've had like a quail.
Like babies? Okay.
No, what do you mean? Like babies? No, like a quail. No, the quail. I've had some veal once. Though I will say,
a small creature.
Yeah, dude, it's baby fucking. It's like baby lamb or something. It's like shit. It's like baby lamb that they weren't allowed.
Isn't deer?
No. That's venison. Deer? No, that's venison.
Oh, that's venison.
Venison. Veal is like the most cruel. Is like the most cruel meat because it's like they chain up.
What is baby lamb? Isn't lamb already baby?
Well, you know what? It's lamb. It's lamb. It's lamb. It's like lamb, but it's like lamb that they chain them up and they don't let them move, so their muscles like don't develop.
Wait, veal is cow. Is that what veal is?
No. What? No.
Everyone's telling me veal
is cow.
Veal is cow.
I thought they like. I thought veal was like. I thought veal was like they chained up the lamb and they didn't let it move.
Chained up the. What is this? You're just eating torture meat?
Well, it is. Veal's kind of fucked up. Veal's kind of fucked up. Veal is baby cow.
Is baby cow.
Okay, yeah, but it's still no. But veal is still fucked up. It's a fucked up meat essentially because they essentially chain up the animal and they don't let them like move, so their muscles like don't develop. It's probably the only meat I've ever eaten that I've like been like, oh, this is kind of questionable moral wise, so I probably won't eat it again.
Would you say? Hold up. Would you say it wasn't ethically sourced?
I would say a veal is probably not ethically sourced.
Right.
I would say it's probably a not ethically sourced meat.
What if it was ethnically sourced?
I don't. What would that mean? What would explain what that one would mean?
I don't know.
Foie gras is very humane. Isn't foie gras where they just like drown the duck in like food and liquor and then you eat it?
Anyway, the reason why I brought up rabbit is because my roommate, my flatmate, said that they had rabbit once and it sucked. Like it was awful. I'm like, that's strange.
Really?
Because
I mean, I could believe that though because I feel like it's a very gamey. It's like, you know, they're just small and they're like not really fatty, you know?
Yeah, they're quite lean, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
not like very fatty animals.
You don't want to
They
eat
have
like,
to run
you
all
know,
the
if,
time.
like if you were to offer me like, you need like a fatter animal, you know?
like
I'd rabbit too
like
and hated
like like a domestic rabbit. Those things are fat.
Yeah, maybe.
Surely.
40 to 50 wild hogs.
somebody's
Yeah, we could eat 40 to 50 wild hogs, and then we could go catch
just
them
saying,
via
like,
AR-15. Get in my
reason-
helicopter and shoot them with AR-15.
The reason why I was surprised is because I'm like, well, the entire animal kingdom wants to eat rabbit. Surely they must taste really good because everyone's trying to hunt them.
Well, would you
got
say the same
hawks
thing for
and
like
lions
plankton?
and shit.
Because like plankton's
Sorry?
like the bottom of the food chain for the ocean. Would you think that plankton would be
Yeah,
really
but
good
like
to eat?
I don't think most fish eat plankton. I think most fish eat other fish, which I agree with because I'm like, you know what? That makes sense because I've eaten fish and I get it. I can understand the appeal of eating fish. But like rabbit, I would assume, given how popular rabbit is in the food chain, of how many animals are hunting
Yeah.
rabbits and want to eat them, because they look, on the outside, they look like they could be tasty. They look like these little, you know, these little.
Do you think there's a
fast
cute
running bags
index?
of
Do you
meat.
think there's a cute index of like the cuter the animal, the tastier they might be?
Apparently not, because my flatmate said it didn't taste good at all. So apparently
But
not.
would you believe that other cute animals could be
What?
good? Like if you ate like a prairie dog, do you think a prairie dog could be good?
I have to look this up. What is a prairie dog?
You don't know what a
Wait.
prairie dog? Go look at a prairie dog.
What is this? That looks like a meerkat to me.
Well, I mean, I think it is a meerkat. I think it is.
it?
I think it is essentially a meerkat. I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just another name for it.
Okay.
네, 선택지가
I don't know. I don't know these animals because they're so fluffy. It's like hard to tell how much meat there is underneath all the fluff.
Rabbit is the chicken of the animal world. Isn't the chicken of the animal world?
그냥 주도벌이 해라.
Isn't the chicken already
Yeah, but
exist?
no one's really hunting chickens out there unless you're a coyote.
I mean,
You know,
wolves,
unless you're a
coyotes,
coyote breaking
foxes.
into a farm.
Foxes eat them.
Yeah, if you're a fox, break into some farmer's cage and you're just like, I'm gonna take some chickens.
아나브리나 공중 유닛들로 많이 조선
But
That
do you
logo
get
looks
chickens
great
are
on
there
any
wild
background.
Chickens?
I would imagine there probably
Are there
are.
wild chickens?
I bet there are. I bet because where do they? I mean, didn't we domesticate chickens from a wild chicken?
Yeah, but
So they had to
that now
exist.
means they're domesticated. So what are the wild?
Well, no, but there
version
can still
of
be
chickens?
wild cats. There can still be like there could be chickens that just live in the wild, you know?
Yes, they're tougher. Tougher like what? Tougher like they're very aggressive and angry, or tougher like the meat is tough.
Or Tuffa, like Kuffa's brother, but he like does something different. He doesn't play Overwatch. Chickens are a domesticated bird. They didn't exist in the wild in the state they are in now. Look up the red jungle fowl. The red jungle fowl. Well, first I can see the ban. Okay,
You'd
so
think-
alongside ban
you'd think-
Kiriko. Okay, makes sense. And then they
You
ban
think
Genji.
chickens would be gamey though, right? But then they're not, because they're like not. Chickens aren't fat. I feel like chicken is pretty lean. No, chicken meat is really lean, right?
Ah, the red jungle fowl. Looks like a rooster. Looks like it just looks like a rooster to me. The red jungle fowl. He does look majestic though. He looks a little majestic.
That just looks like a normal rooster. That looks like
Yeah.
it belongs on a farm. That doesn't look
Dude,
wild at all.
Sometimes I end up on like TikToks of like farmers that are like doing like a celebration of life post for their rooster that like fought off a fox and died, and they all have like really funny names. Their names are like Big Jimbo and stuff like that. And so like I saw an edit.
Jimbo,
I
the
saw
big
like an edit of like this guy took a photo of the rooster, like the farmer, and like they edited in like a bunch of like 40-ounce liquor bottles and like cigarettes and stuff, and it was like rest in peace, Big Jimbo died fighting, welcome to Valhalla. And it, like, and it always makes me laugh because I'm like, damn, Big Jimbo a legend. Big Jimbo was a legend for real.
Big Jimbo's up there in Valhalla. Oh god.
Bro fought to the death. Overwatch has bans now. Yeah, it's been had bans since for a while.
Since season 16, one might say, in ranked at least.
윈스턴으로 각 벌려주고 사실상 토틀의 싸움입니다. 이게 프레야가 일단
Crossbow person, a sniper. I mean, sorta, not really. I would argue they're closer to like a Sojourn-esque hero to a degree.
Kind of sniper-esque.
They're
A little
sniper-esque though.
snipey.
I would say they're like this.
A
They're
little
like
bit
kind of this.
snipey.
They're kind of like an in between of like a Sojourn Hanzo maybe, like sort of in that area.
백점프를 줘야 되고 앞쪽에 수비가 열려
So this game needed another Sojourn? Well, it's not a Sojourn.
Freya and a Hanzo at the same time, and that experience was ass.
Oh, when you got hit with the longbowmen, you're playing the Battle of Agincourt. The longbowmen, the Yeomen with their longbows were raining death upon you.
Is this what the French felt like when they were charging into English bowman lines? It's like, what the fuck is going on right now?
OSG chose the Winston map. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I will agree. This is a very hard Winston map. So I don't know what their plan is, but also they're just playing attack like permanently on the Winston anyways. So they could play D.Va, but I just don't think it's like a good swap because like what did they get rid of? Like they banned. Like, Genji got banned and Kiriko got banned, so I'm like, what's, like, the benefit there? Because, like, if anything, Kiriko is, like, a better play into the Winston than a D.Va, honestly. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I think ONSIDE are probably just going to get pounded. They're probably going to get sucked and fucked the rest of the series, if I'm being honest. Barring something crazy.
Competitive in that first round on University. When
yeah,
it was
but that's like the
Brawl.
most hard tank, like, brawl off tank, like, moment,
so
you know?
once they got off Brawl and once it became a dive mirror, they've just been worse.
It's Jover. The next hero should not even be able to jump. The next hero will be very white. He will have no jumps. He'll have no hops whatsoever.
It'll be like Doom guy and Doom the Dark Ages, no jumps. Only horizontal movement.
It's time for your goo hero. Dude, the goo hero will go so hard. I'm still so pissed that Blizzard did not want to use that and take that idea to hire me. Instead got Custa, who's ruined the game with perks. Am I right, guys?
Doesn't League of Legends have a goo hero?
Maybe.
What's his name? Oh,
I don't know enough about League, so I don't know.
They have like this green goo hero. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I had a character design when I did when I interviewed for the hero designer role that Custa ended up getting. I was like, which by the way, I interviewed for it. Yeah, I interviewed for the role.
But you have to design a hero for that interview?
Well, you had to make like a mock hero design essentially, which like I'm sure they could theoretically, if the goo hero ever comes out, they could just steal it. They could literally just steal it potentially. I don't know. I didn't ask him when I saw him last.
Bro, what was your winning design? You gotta tell me.
Well, I don't know if the winning design was the deciding factor, but I had a character called, it was like, I can't remember his name. I'd have to go look for the docket, but essentially he was like, his mechanic would be based off like lowering your total health pool essentially to where like it's not like an anti-heal, you can still get healed, but your max health total would get reduced. And I felt there was like a way to like potentially like deal with like brawl compositions but still like make sure that like you don't have somebody as oppressive as anti. And it was kind of like a lot of mechanics built around that. And I thought it was an interesting mechanic that really hadn't been explored in a game like Overwatch, where like health pools can be kind of oppressive sometimes. Maybe not as much in Overwatch 2, but wait, ONSIDE gaming? Capping first point? Don't all die the Jasmine challenge though? Don't all die the Jasmine challenge is activated?
Oh. You know what the deciding factor was? I can tell you the deciding factor
they're gonna get
was,
bullets?
they're like, you know what? This Custa guy won a stage in Overwatch League, and this Avast guy was the king of the break room. And that's how they decided who to hire.
Custa's hero had extra sticky goo. Oh shit. Custa's hero was taking zinc supplements? Okay, well they got audit on. He audit all over them. Is that ex-Shanghai Injustice player Otto? That is correct.
I'm trying to remember what my hero concept was. I made one for fun with chat. I'm trying to remember what it was. All I remember was that the hero's name was Redcoat. And what he was is he's a musket using...
Redcoat? With the musket.
He's a musket using Englishman from like the War of Independence. His name is Redcoat. He uses a musket. Because they don't have a musket gun in Overwatch.
Hello,
right?
unknown
so
Nikki.
Pretty smart. And yeah, he takes 30 seconds to reload, by the way.
Rose drop on the Danish.
Just like in real life. I'm trying to remember what his abilities were. They were all very British themed. Like British imperialism themed.
They'd be like, I can search your house without warrant. He's able to get into your spawn. He's able to get into your spawn doors without a judge signed warrant.
I remember the old voice line was for king and country. I do remember that. But I can't remember what the alt was.
That's so funny. Could he like affix a bayonet in charge?
Yeah, some shit like that. My stream has died, by the way. Not the soup stream I'm watching is like dead.
Really? Mine's fine.
Still working for you?
Yeah, mine's chill.
Refreshing. Dude,
mine's
I don't know
chillax.
why is my soup stream dead? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know what's happening with your soup. Your soup's gone cold. His soup is cold now. Kilo getting diffed. Yeah, I mean, to be fair for Kilo in this and Otto both in this situation, their whole team is getting like, oh my god, the flail. They're fucking my attack. I feel bad for them. What, you can't watch?
Website is like...
I'm still on it. I'm still watching.
Hold on, I'm reloading it. Please work. Please work.
My ass is still watching, bro. I'm watching Wei make their way up through the streets.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
I feel like you have these issues a lot. I feel like it's an OCE thing, though.
No, dude, I went the whole stream yesterday with 0 issues.
Whatever you say, pal. Whatever you say. But yeah, I think I will give some cope to Ons for Otto and Kilo just because, like, their team is clearly not built for Winston gameplay. Wait, Otto's stuck. Help him. He lives. What's your time? Are we synced? I'm at 253, 252, 251, 250. Dude, Otto's making so much space. He's making so much fucking space. He's actually in the back line, Tom Clancy style. It's just, I mean, it's over. Opener took damage. Sunjin's there. They're getting rolled. Okay, I will say, okay, I'm not giving any more cope to Otto and Kilo. They're getting fucked. They are not getting the same impact here. Attack's not even gonna get a primal. Where's my Avril?
Sorry?
What is happening? Where are you synced with me? What's going on with you?
Wade just won. Did they just win for you?
Yes, they did.
I don't know if we're synced. I hope we are.
I'm watching them walk across stage and give fist bumps to their coaches at least.
Yep. I'm watching Jasmine take a drink. He's now putting away his bottle. Dongsu's now saying stuff. Is that Damon? That's fucking Damon. I recognize that guy.
Is he coaching for this team?
Yeah, he must be coaching.
Ah.
No, Kilo was the hit scan on Shock in 2022.
Avril was busy timing out one of his regulars. Ah, I see. Who's been the best Freya so far? Honestly, so far it's been Merit, in my opinion. I think Stalker, though, the one map he played it looked really good. Stalker looked really good the one map he played it, but we only got to see him play it one map. But like consistently across everything else, like in terms of total map time, it's been Merit. But Stalker looked good the map he played it, like really good. Do you think Labda will fucking Freya?
Session?
Probably.
Is that what ONSIDE do? I don't understand. ONSIDE are like an interesting org to me. Because I don't know, when you saw the roster come up, they had a shitload of sponsors. And I'm like really confused.
I've never heard of them. I've never fucking heard of them.
I've never heard of them either.
Because like typically if you're like an org that is like legit, you are in multiple games, or at least you're in one big game. And I don't think are they in a single big title? Like they're not in any Riot titles as far as I'm familiar with.
I have no idea.
My fantasy team was Kellen, Rocket, Who Are You, Bliss, and Twilight. That's a pretty good roster. Can't hate that. Can't hate that at all. I feel like the problem with having Who Are You is that you don't really know if he's going to play outside of like Genji. So
he plays Tracer, he plays Fire,
he does, but I don't really rate. Like he's not bad on any of those. I just wouldn't put his impact nearly as high. I think it's a new startup organization.
I remember. The ultimate was, he says, for king and country, and then a bunch of other redcoats form a line with him, and they all shoot in a line. They all shoot a muskets in a row. Yeah. They form a firing line. That's what they do.
They do a musket line. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can't remember the other abilities. I think surely one of them is a fixed bayonet.
Mine are Rhino, Seeker, Sugar Free, UV Gala. That's not. Oh, I have Seeker. That's my other DPS. I had Seeker as well.
The ultimate is a musket firing line.
Mine was Seeker, Rocket, UV Gala, and Ice Stone, I believe.
I need to watch The Patriot again to get more inspiration. That's what I need to do.
The Patriot. I will say The Patriot is an extremely banger Mel Gibson film, despite his problematic stuff as an actor. It's a very banger film, except it's
a really good film.
Except it's not like a particularly amazing movie, but it is a banger film still.
I thought
the Proud Boys don't play today. No, the Proud Boys do not play today. But I'm already awake. I've already adjusted my schedule, so I'm just gonna do APAC co-streams because I'm or Korea co-stream. I'm already awake. Why not? My schedule's already like in Korea time. What was I saying? Was Rhino the guy that got 10 when Overwatch 1 came out and couldn't go pro because of age. Yes. And then he just went directly to collegiate. So he's now just been playing collegiate and stuff. So. But now he's back. Care to comment on the allegations that Suzu and T1, their Valorant team, decided to suck ass? This is all a ploy to get Carpe back to their Overwatch. This is a ploy to get Carpe back. I'm leaking you the juice now. Just letting you know ahead of time. I will say this is like a Valorant talk thing, and I don't know how much you've been keeping up with Valorant, Avril, but it is very fun. I don't know if you're familiar with some of the NRG shenanigans that have been going on, but
what happened?
The organization is doing a lot of funny things. Well, they sucked ass. They didn't make it to they didn't even make it like past the first round of playoffs to make it to Toronto, despite having like what everyone thought was going to be a pretty good roster to start the season. They lost the player because they're like, oh, like we don't think they're good. And they went to MIBR and then they dominated them like Verno. Then they picked up like another player, another coach. Then they immediately dropped those players and dropped their star players like at the end of this after not making playoffs, and then picked up the old coach that they benched at the beginning of the stage, Bonkar. And it's just been a funny time in North America, I'd say. It's been a funny time. They've been doing a lot of weird shit. Yeah, pretty much their first fourth of the season is over because they are not making Toronto. They also didn't make also the first preseason, like, or not the preseason, but they didn't make the other like LAN either. That happened in. Didn't they do like a event in China at the beginning of the year, I believe? Can I still call you my favorite white boy once you get to your Korean citizenship? Yes. I'll still at the end of the day I'll always be white. Because even if I move to Korea, I can't be Korean. I'm not like that one Ollie guy, whatever his name is.
Big goo man.
Energy locked the most famous player out of their office too? No, they didn't. They did. That was the joke. FNS was joking. They didn't actually lock him out. I still had access to the Energy office after I got let go for like weeks after, for like months actually. I think I technically still could go to the Energy office and get in if I wanted to. They never revoked the code or changed it, but I don't really care to do that obviously. So Milgaru's in for Jasmine. What's the map? It must be an off tank. Wait, no, does Milgaru play ball, right? You said it might be a ball map.
So Hollywood
ball map?
Not like a ball map.
It's not really that big of a ball map, yeah.
I think they just want to play Winston with an actual Winston player now.
So this is their main tank guy. This is their dude. Good night, Zero. Energy still employed Avast, the Valorant downfall wouldn't have happened. So true. Actually so true, except for the fact that I was also there when the Valorant downfall happened last year. So when they had the Demon 1 roster with fucking Crashies and Victor. So I don't think I would have made the difference. I think I'm like blessed for Overwatch, but cursed for Valorant. Because like Energy also had a pretty decent year when they picked up students to the game last year for North America. When I was a part of that being like, yo, we should really get students to the game. I thought it was going to be a really good idea, which it was. Like they weren't like the best roster of all time, but they were like a very good, like a decent roster that had like a lot of marketability, which I think is more valuable.
Right? So that's pretty.
Yeah, they didn't do that bad. I mean, they didn't do that bad, and they also were like compared to every other Overwatch roster, like they actually had like personality and aura, mostly because of PGE. But they also had Rack Attack, which was value, and which in my opinion, was I think more valuable in this current ecosystem for Overwatch than and just esports in general, on average, unless you have like literally the best team. Which you're not going to have unless you're like Falcons or Crazy Raccoon. You're just not going to have the best team. So, and then same thing for T1. I think this year I joined them. T1 has a much better Overwatch squad than I think they did last year, though they weren't bad. So I think I'm blessed for Overwatch, cursed for Valorant. Janana, thank you.
What impact did you have on Valorant?
Thank you for the tier 1. Hope you're doing well. For which? For either?
How you cursed in Valorant?
Well, I mean, when I was with NRG last year, they had like the what was supposed to be like their world beater roster with Demon 1 who had just won champs. And and then the whole thing fell apart when they had like really strong core. That whole thing fucking exploded. It did really badly. And then additionally, T1 right now, Valorant is not doing that well either. So, so I think I'm kind of just cursed Valorant, but blessed in Overwatch.
Didn't T1 just win like? What did they win? Did they win Pacific or did they win a major? They won Masters. Recently.
It was they ended up winning. Didn't they end up winning fucking? I went crazy. Didn't they end up winning champs?
No way. Hold up.
Or was it just a major? I feel like they could. Didn't they do really fucking good last year? I didn't pay like as much attention to Valorant towards the end of last year, so.
Masters Bangkok. There it is.
They did, yeah. Masters Bangkok. Yes, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, they won a stage.
Oh, you're like they won champions. Like no.
No. You're right. They didn't win that. Well, listen, I'm not as informed with Valorant like globally, just because I haven't been keeping like I kind of like keep up with it, but not like insanely as much comparatively to Overwatch. Because now it's not as big of a deal for me as it was. I still like the game though. I still enjoy it. I do find it very funny because it's another game that's kind of like speedrunning. Like VC, all of Valorant pros complained that their tier 2 scene is dead, even though they still have like Riot supported lands and like an okayish amount of prize money. And I'm like first time, pal.
Didn't they just have their Brig moment? Like Tejo?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, but they've had a lot of like
some stupidly broken character.
They've had a lot of like really strong metas. But yeah, Teo, I wouldn't really say Teo was their Brig, but he was really, really strong. If anything, I would argue that Astra was their Brig back in like way long ago, because Astra was like kind of like a must play, like insanely valued hero.
About Astra.
No, people did. People did. 100%. People were complaining about Astra.
I didn't see that much. I was active during that big Astra metas. And it was annoying that she got played all the time, but I didn't remember people being like, man, this character's ruining the game. You got like the way that Brig was ruining the game. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't.
I saw a lot of people do it because people said that it essentially led to the rise of the gigantic post-plant utility meta with how much utility Astra had. So.
Okay.
But you might be right. Because I'm not as plugged in now as I was. So.
I casted Valorant again at the end of last year. And I hate to say it, it's like, I don't know. It's like seeing your ex again and remembering the good times. And you're like, fuck. So fucking annoying. If only she wasn't a bitch. You know
what are you saying?
I'm saying Riot fucked me over is what I'm saying. I'm saying Riot fucked me in the ass. I would have loved for it to work out, but Riot fucked me in the ass is what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
And so I'm bitter about it.
I don't think that's really quite the same. Well, I think... is that Overwatch League champion Maka?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You'd be right. You'd be right, Steak, man.
I remember when they had 2 Overwatch League champions on the team. Maka and Ryu. 2 champs on the same team.
True, very true. One of the most winningest champs of all time. Well, who are you? But I get that. That's how I felt for like that's how I felt for job hunting the past like 6 months, so I get it. The lowest point of my life was when I did 5 interviews at a crypto gaming company and like met them, and then they ghosted me after the final round. I was like, okay, man, like you saw me at my lowest point and then you ghosted me.
Wait, wait, what? What ghosted you?
It was a crypto gaming company.
Ah, okay. When even the crack whores of gaming
I know.
You, that's fucked up.
Literally the actual drug addicts and the lepers of society of gaming. Crypto gaming. Good night, let me sleep already. You're going to sleep? Also, wow. ONSIDE is getting actually like turbo fucked.
So,
They're getting turbo fucked. They can't. I don't think Winston is just not gonna work for them.
Well, they were losing when they had Jasmine on Way's attack Winston, or Way's Winston. And now they have an actual Winston player on Way. They're losing even harder, right?
Yeah.
Like it was bad before, it's worse now.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. I mean, this is like a gigantic stop. Fucking Old Ocean put up a better fight against Crazy Raccoon.
They did.
They looked a lot better against Crazy Raccoon. ONSIDE are actually like, for a team that has like players that have competed in the Overwatch League, they're actually getting turbo fucked. Like legitimately turbo fucked.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like Aid Not Aid. Ardo and Kilo, I don't know how good they are, but they could be Giga Wash, you know. They've both been out of the game for a while.
Yeah.
They just got to clean up the bench and they're good. Nope. Suzu came in, my favorite.
Feel like this is older Ocean.
Older
the older Ocean.
Oh
Watching Overwatch esports coach room. I'll sit in the hot tub at 2 a.m. We were so back, dude. I know. I have a couple beers in the garage. I could bust out for this, but honestly, I don't know if I want to.
I want to do a coach stream in a hot tub.
Hot tub coach stream? That could go hard as fuck. I'm down.
Genuinely want to do a coach stream where I'm in the hot tub watching the game.
I remember floating to Unter at the last grand finals. I was floating to Unter, be like, "Yo, do you want to do a podcast in a hot tub?"
2023. I remember.
Yeah, 2023. Yeah, right? Yeah. I floated to him. We just couldn't get it done. The washed podcast. True. Coaches for a North America team.
Like the CEO of ONSIDE Gaming also works for T1 Academy and is a Korean player at AIM. I've heard of that guy. Okay.
Might slam some Chinese cigs at 2 a.m. and watch the co-stream. Why specifically Chinese cigarettes? Though I will say that reminds me of the other video. Like I keep on getting like short videos too of like this Chinese guy that like all he does is like it's like a video of him like taking a bunch of like cash out of his drawer, and then he plays like a really loud Chinese song as he sits down and eats a bunch of like hot pot with like 8 beers. And it always makes me laugh. And he has like a pack of cigarettes. If the stream happens, I want a crap ton of floaties on the stream, or for every sub or whatever, add a floaty in the tub.
All I need is a hot tub.
Dude, true.
Where the fuck do I get one of those?
You could make it like a ghetto rigged one where you like you get an inflatable pool and then you just like pour a bunch of boiling water into it.
Melt the plastic.
Are your cats confused? No, my cats are not confused. They're just chilling. Yeah, I don't think there's much to talk about for this one. I think this is just onside. They might even get first held. There's a very strong possibility. No, they have filters. My mom visits Hong Kong often and brings me Chinese cigs. They are much better than American cigarettes. They have academic papers proving Chinese cigarettes have double the amount of heavy metals than Western cigarettes. Is it the heavy metals that give them flavor? Is it like the minerals in tap water? Is that how it works for cigarettes?
This is how you become resistant to radiation.
Why would that help with radiation?
So if you're in Chernobyl, what you do is just smoke super metallic cigarettes and drink lots of vodka, and you become resistant to radiation.
Okay, I didn't know there was science behind that one. The West have healthy cigarettes. The West have pioneered. The West have pioneered the healthy cigarette, guys. We've done it. If you have like anemia, why don't you just smoke Chinese cigarettes and just get a bunch of iron and stuff?
Wow.
You know? If you're like anemic, what if you just smoke? Why don't they just like prescribe Chinese cigarettes?
Got all this iron in your lungs.
You know? My doctor rolls up and is like, smoke 3 of these a day. And maybe if you want to be extra cool, like have a beer with it. Like if you want to be really sick with it. Wait, actual bola value?
Oh.
The Nuna Dunger? The new Bunger Dunger?
The Unga Bungad?
The Unga Bungad?
This is capital actually.
Yeah, it's actually extremely capital. I mean, Megalor has Primal though. And Kilo's coming back.
I have no plays left, and way of plays respawning, so...
Yeah, okay. Never mind. It's over. Tsingtao beer? Oh, dude. I do like a Tsingtao.
Is it true they do cigarette sponsorships now through, like, front companies?
Bro, do you think I'm getting sponsored by cigarettes? I'm not. My ass is not getting. And it's also one of the few companies I would not. They're just, it's all through front. I would not take a cigarette sponsorship. I will say that is one thing I would draw the line because I do believe inherently
What if they
no.
sponsor you through fronts?
Well, I mean, it has nothing to do with that. Like, I just don't want to promote cigarettes. That's one of the things I would not promote. I have no problem promoting alcohol. I do not promote cigarettes. I don't care if someone smokes. Like, if you want to smoke, you can smoke, but I would not personally promote cigarettes.
I think Mission One Now in the Ferrari sponsorship is a front for Marlboro or something like that. That's what I got told.
They definitely
So
sponsor the front company.
what the fuck is Mission One Now? And it's like all over their branding.
See, I thought Mission was a
I'm like, oh,
tortilla
it's a
company.
cigarette
I thought Mission was a tortilla company. In America, I didn't know they had cigarettes as well. They are not sponsored by Mission One Now anymore. Like I said, if you want to smoke, I don't really care though. I don't give a shit if you want to smoke. I just would not promote it.
Got fucked. He gave up on the Freya, came back on cast, and just couldn't do anything on that.
Ethics leave. Wait, there's a chance though? Could attack carry this? What if attack gets a primal and carries this? Thoughts on this? Wait a minute. Believe in the attack. Wait, he kills Maka? He kills Overwatch League champion Maka? Wait a minute. Believe in the attack. Kilo's made it back too. Attack is getting farmed though. He's dead.
Believers?
They have a high noon.
This is cap. Oh, they can't.
Ah,
no, they
it's
can't.
over. Okay, no, it's over.
Attack die with attack dying, and then yeah, too late.
It's over there. Midori, Australia. Thank you for the prime.
Because it should be at least a minimum 3-1 you would have expected, but it's not
Yeah,
looking like
no,
it.
not even close. Not even close. Time to pay out the predictions. Ethics leaving a vast body when Marlboro offers him $1 million a year to put their logo on the coach. Okay, I will say, if they were offering me $1 million a year and all I had to do was put a logo, yeah, the ethics would leave my body. But like, if they're gonna be like, hey, can you talk about the amazing benefits of drinking or smoking our Chinese cigarettes now with extra like arsenic and lead? I'm like, I don't know.
I'd like to imagine that there's a price for anything. You know,
There is a price. There is a price. There is theoretically a price. But the thing is, I live in reality, and so I know that price will not be offered. So it's very easy to just be like,
Sure.
there, I will not do it. All right, Wei, pay out the Predators. There you go, free points.
For example,
That's
for
Vegas
human meat
Eternal
consumption,
Attack.
What would be the price? That never mind.
I've already made it clear what my stance on that is. I wouldn't necessarily have to get paid. Where is it's Vec Crazy
Bro
Raccoon?
would be the one paying. Actually.
Wait, this could be a fun game. Vec Crazy Raccoon could maybe be fun.
I think Vec look better than Crazy Raccoon. Crazy Raccoon.
You think Vec look better than Crazy Raccoon?
No, I think Vec should be at least as good as Old Ocean, if not better. So.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This could be a fun one. Start the predictions. There we go. There we go. We passed the mark. I started to get like after the tea. I started to be like, like my body's like naturally like, oh, it's sleepy time. I'm like, no, buddy. We're locking in. We're locking in. And actually, that calls for a sludge. What about these odds? Was this game really an upset? I mean, I wouldn't really say. I mean, personally, I had ONSIDE losing to Wei just based off like their performance historically, but I mean, you look at the rosters and like ONSIDE should have been better. So, okay, I'm getting this sludge.
I gave ONSIDE benefit of the doubt. I didn't think they'd win, but I thought they'd get a little bit more. Right, I'm out of sludge. Which means I have to swap to Pepsi now. I wonder if that's going to be any good. I have to swap to Pepsi. And pray that Pepsi tastes good. I mean, I know it'll taste fine. It just won't be Coke. Won't be the beloved.
You know, I have the opinion that I actually think Pepsi does not taste that bad though. I think Pepsi's a little overhated even.
스테이지 2 개막주 오늘의 두 번째 날입니다. 자, 오늘의 첫 번째 경기에 승리한 웨이의 선준 선수와 인터뷰 나눠보겠습니다. 선준 선수 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
Unfollowed? Dude, I don't know. I don't think Pepsi's that bad. I think Coke is better. I think Dr. Pepper's better, but I don't think Pepsi's that bad. Let me crack this open. Pepsi's better than Coke? Now that I think is heresy. Mods, give him 100 Chinese cigarettes so he gets lead poisoning.
생각보다 쉽게 이겨서
See, my flatmate that says rabbit tastes bad also hates Pepsi. This is why I don't know if I can trust her judgment on the taste of things. Because I'm like, Pepsi's not that bad. That must mean that surely rabbit's not that bad. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I could understand your sentiment there, but I think like the soda wars are a little bit more, they're more stratified and like extremist than like opinions on meat. Coke doesn't taste like anything to me compared to Pepsi. As in like, it doesn't taste like you don't get taste from it, or it just tastes completely different. Does Pepsi have a 0-0 option? Apparently so. Avril was just talking about it. Bro said he saw it on the shelf.
Yeah,
they have it. He has it.
They have a Pepsi Max and a Pepsi Diet, and just now I discovered Pepsi no sugar, no caffeine.
The Pepsi 0-0.
7.8점. 오, 7.8점. 알겠습니다.
Sprite from fast food fountains is top tier. You know, I could agree with that. I will say I have no problem with Sprite. I still think it's solid. I've come to become, if I'm gonna get like I guess like a more citrusy beverage, or a beverage that's not traditionally like a cola side for a carbonated beverage, I've kind of become more ginger ale pill than like a citrusy beverage.
You know, I haven't had any of the non-zero sodas in so long. Like Sprite, I know Sprite has zero too, but like stuff like Sprite and Fanta and all those other ones, I just haven't had them in so long. Mountain Dew, you know.
Yeah.
It's not zero,
Yeah.
I don't drink it anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
can't drink any full sugar drinks.
Well, the thing is, to me, I don't really see the purpose, because I'm like, why would I drink like 300? Why would I drink like 200 calories, 200 or 300 calories in a can or something? You know, like what's even the point? I'm just drinking calories for something that doesn't taste like. It tastes better, but it's not like 300 calories better.
It just tastes bad as well. I don't know. I'm not used to it anymore. Like I got like sugared Coke by mistake once, and I'm just like, yikes! What is this? This is gross.
Okay, well, I think that's crazy. I think your brain might have been rewritten by the aspartame.
It has.
I think
It
it's
has.
actually
Like,
rewritten your neurons.
No, it just didn't taste good. Like the sugared version of Coke, I was just like, man, it's so like.
Because I can still
weirdly
enjoy a sugar Coke. I just won't do it
It's like
because I'm
weirdly
like,
sweet.
I just won't do it because it's too like, why would I drink the calories? You know?
Well, that's the main reason for me as well. I just don't want to drink like extra calories. For no
Yeah, it's
reason.
crazy. Like, why? There's no point. Literally, we beat God. We made a drink that tastes like Coca-Cola that has no sugars. We beat it. God is dead. We beat God, man. Like, our caveman ancestors would have killed for such a thing. Well, actually, they probably would have preferred the sugar Coke because they needed the calories. To be honest, they probably would have wanted the full sugar Coke. But you know, I still think that's it's just hubris to not go for it. What's up, Spishy? Hope you're doing well.
You'd be surprised how many calories you can cut out of your diet by just benching all high
Binging when your football coach becomes a dietitian. So you're gonna want to bench carbs. You're gonna make sure to bench some of your less complex carbohydrates. Maybe go for higher fiber foods. Bring them into the starting lineup. Get some nuts. Get some legumes into the starting lineup.
Yep. Those are my linemen for sure.
My linemen.
Take is my quarterback.
You know, I'm not a huge steak guy. I don't have a problem with it necessarily. Get some seed oils. Of course, seed oils, those are our kickers, man. We need them to, those are like our special teams. We need seed oils to make sure we can help win the game.
Are there safe fake sugars? I think generally speaking, like stuff
Pretty
like
sure
stevia is
literally
fine.
every single fake sugar is safe. There is nothing unsafe. They're like the most studied thing on the planet.
I think the fake, like to date, I haven't seen anything come out that was really bad about fake sugars. Like, what's the fake sugar they have in like Coke Zero? What is that?
It's like aspartame. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've not seen anything bad.
Well, aspartame is literally the most studied food additive in existence, like of all time. Yes, literally of all time. But it's you know, it's probably bad for you if you drink an insane amount, like anything could be, because they've shown studies like, oh, it could be bad for you if you like drown a rat in aspartame. Like, no shit. Okay. Like, no shit. Like, just don't consume like 300 gallons of aspartame and you'll probably be fine. Like if you drink a normal amount, like there's the one guy on TikTok, I don't know if anyone's ever seen this, if you're a TikTok pill like myself, but there's a guy on TikTok that says he literally drinks like 60 sodas, like he drinks like 60 sodas a week, if not more, 60 to 80 sodas, like 60 to 80 cans of diet soda a week. And I'm like, okay, that's probably too much. That's probably too much. No, yeah, well, what he does is he finds sales, so he gets them all like for reasonably cheap because they'll do sales. Because in America, at least, you can find tons of sales where like you can get like 75% off, or like 2 for 2, or like 4 for 2 essentially, where like you get four cases for the price of 2. But like he literally drinks like 60 to 70 sodas a week, and he's like, yeah, I'm perfectly healthy. Like there's nothing wrong with me. I think maybe long term we'll see on that, but like legitimately even that amount is probably still not at the threshold to harm you, which is actually fucking crazy to think about. But we'll see long term, because I think he's probably one of the few people in the world that are drinking that amount of that liquid. So maybe like 30 years from now or so, we'll see what the results are if he's still posting. But like, legitimately, that's like the levels you would have to be drinking for me to ever be concerned for your health of consuming like artificial sweeteners. Is you'd have to drink like 60 to 70 cans a week.
Yeah, this is why I swapped to like black coffee as well, because I don't see the reason why I should be drinking coffee with a bunch of milk and sugar in it, or like teas as well. I don't see why.
I personally just like the combination. I don't drink milk really, but I like oat milk. I personally just like the taste of oat milk in coffee, like combined.
Frappes are really bad. Like,
I don't drink it. I just pour like oat milk in a coffee, or I have like an oat milk latte, you know? That's pretty much all I do. I don't add sugar or anything else. It's just like just the oat milk. And I even though sometimes a lot of oat milks have sugar in them, but I personally like the taste of oat milk with coffee though. I think it's a good combination. I think it works really well for me.
Even smoothies.
So
even smoothies, like a lot of the fruit smoothies, even they have way too much sugar. You'd be surprised how much sugar's in that shit. Like, holy.
I think it depends on how much you. That's why also I don't buy a lot of like smoothies. I typically just make them at home if I do for like post gym. So. My favorite thing is when they study proving that marinating food doesn't do anything by cutting off the outside like 5 millimeters of the food they marinated. I mean, am I crazy? Is 5 millimeters isn't that much?
I'm not a keto guy, no.
Am I crazy? Isn't 5 millimeters not that much? Like, it seems like you would want it to penetrate more, would you not? I mean, listen, I'm not saying marinating doesn't do anything. I'm simply saying that seems like not that much to cut away. I like heavy whipping cream in coffee with caramel, 3 squirts of vanilla syrup. Holy fuck. That's insane. Come on, man. It's like seeing like the Dunkin' orders from like a Dunkin' Donuts employee where they drop like their local orders and like someone gets like 2 shots of espresso, 60 grams of sugar, and then like 3 cups of heavy whipping cream. It's like an 800 calorie beverage.
Yeah, I've seen those TikToks where like, it's like 10 scoops of sugar. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Like, what is this guy doing?
Saying the paint doesn't do anything after ripping out the top quarter inch of your drywall. Well, I don't want the paint to penetrate the rest of my house, though. I mean, I kind of want the marinade to get more into there. I'm not saying that you shouldn't marinate. I'm simply saying I would like for the marinade to get deeper. I don't really want the paint to get any deeper. What's the temperature been at over there near you, by the way, Avril? What's it like right now for you, temperature-wise?
It's getting pretty cold, actually.
Cold, really?
I need to check. Yeah, we're getting into winter soon.
Damn. Southern Hemisphere, it's like crazy.
I mean, it's just called winter. You have winters too. I mean,
yeah. I mean, well, I lived in South Florida for 3 years, so we didn't have winters. And then I lived in California, which didn't have winters. Texas sorta has winters, but they're typically not that cold, though they do suck because we have like poverty tier infrastructure. Avast, have you ever tried molten steel? I can say confidently I have not tried molten steel. It's on the list.
Yeah, how many calories is in that, if you had to guess?
Molten steel? I don't know. It's like when you see, like, if you ate a block of, like, a cube of uranium, it's like 80,000 calories or something. It's like if you ate, like a uranium rod, it's like enough calories to last you for, like, a year or something. But also you would die, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of metal. Not a lot of protein or carbs in that one, if I had to break it down.
Wait, actually, I'm just gonna Google it. I remember it's something like this, like, how many calories in 100 grams of uranium? Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, there it is. There was something from like Reddit, but I thought there was like another one, but here we go. The CK12 Foundation. Anything? No, this doesn't help me. I thought it was like an insane amount. Oh wait, here it is. There's a common misconception. I see it said 1 gram of uranium was equivalent to 20 billion calories, but that's not true.
20 billion. Okay.
But it's that's not. But they see
okay,
it's a misconception. The energy release per decay event is approximately 4.27 electron volts. When converted, that amounts to 413 million calories per gram of uranium in decay. However, this falls short of 20 billion. So, essentially, they're saying that it's actually closer to like. It's more than likely it's like 413 million calories. So, you know, it's still a lot.
Nice.
Still a lot. They don't have any dietary calories. I mean, I know obviously they don't have dietary, but like they're converting essentially units of energy, right? From like the decay of the uranium atoms to essentially like, you know, calories. But that's an average day for a guy like me. Yeah, 417 million calories. Average American diet after consuming like a pack of chocolate covered pretzel Oreos. That was U-238, the most stable isotope of uranium. Okay, and what? You're jealous that it's more stable than you? That's got its shit together? First scarf here. Thought you would appreciate this, but we have a Le Creuset where I live, a Le Creuset outlet where I'm about to fly home with a Dutch oven, a bunch of plates, and cups for my mom. The downside is that they're heavy as fuck. Dude, that is a downside, and I am jealous. A Le Creuset outlet goes crazy. I do love Le Creuset if you get them for cheap. Have you tried Stadium? No, because it doesn't interest me in any capacity. But what's that's but also I have nothing against Stadium. Looks fun. If it's something that's interests you, I think that's totally cool. And it seems like a fun game mode. I really am not a hater. I don't hate on Stadium. It just doesn't interest me. Doesn't interest me because it's just not exactly what I want out of the game. The new monitor series continue to evolve. It's just not for me. To ensure players can perform their best. Dude, what's up with the Zowie window? Why do they have like the privacy windows for the Zowie monitor? Why do they have that? Is this like if you're at a LAN so they can't screen look?
Yeah, no.
Is that actually what it's for? Is that
no, I
genuinely
think that's what it's for, yeah. It's for like some screen cheating thing, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. Goat mice. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sure that might be true. I've never used the Zowie. I'm a Logitech G Pro guy through and through now. At this point, I can't ever go back. I think. I think the mouse fits perfectly in my hand. I love the battery life. I love the features. Wireless in general. Hanbin could not use that monitor. You know how a racehorse wears something on their eyes? Must be the same. The blinders. It's to get like a gamer, like a pro gamer, super locked in so they can't panic. They see like their fans in the crowd and they fucking freak out. Professional esports player upon seeing of age woman in the crowd. I gotta put on my fucking gaming blinder. Let me put on my Zowie gaming blinders so I can lock in. Doge Plus. Thank you for the Prime. And the 7 months. It raises their other senses. Dude, why haven't we done that yet? Why haven't we like made a guy in a lab by like blinding him and deafening him intentionally, and he agrees to this, by the way, and then to turn him into Daredevil or something? Like, could we do that? But like, maybe we don't even have to do it permanently. We could just put like earmuffs on him and like a blindfold. Why haven't we made like the ultimate gamer? Dude, there it is, the aura again. Holy aura from Zlim. Do you see that aura? Zlim in the middle there with the outreach arm.
Oh yeah? I like Wu-Chan's little bow, actually.
The Wu-Chan bow. Yeah, that's pretty nice. These kind of vids remind me of how not cool gaming is. Okay, hater alert, hater alert.
Wow, dude.
Hater alert, actual hater alert. Preds? I already have the Preds. The Preds already went on.
It says Dongan started playing the game. Dongan stopped playing the game. Dongan started playing the game. Dongan stopped playing the game. Is Dongan playing right now?
You guys just didn't predict. You guys just didn't predict. I had the Preds up. I could shoot. I could
started playing Overwatch.
I could start again, but I had the Pred up already.
Stop playing Overwatch. Dongan started playing Overwatch. Is he in right now?
No. No, you idiot. It's not up. Bro, the Pred happened. You missed it.
Never mind.
You have OSG and Way? Oh, shit. Is it still OSG and Way? No, it isn't. It's Vec and Crazy Raccoon. I'm literally looking at it. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the prediction. I'm getting gaslit?
We got one level in the battle pass? What the fuck? After all of that.
There's still an Overwatch World Cup thing these days. There hasn't been for a little bit, but there might be with BlizzCon coming back. But as of right now, no.
Push the wrong button.
What are you breaking over there, huh?
Breaking my ankles.
Breaking your fucking ankles.
Fixed. Fixed.
Let's freaking go. But there's a rumor that it's coming back for the next BlizzCon because BlizzCon's coming back. When do you remember when is it BlizzCon? It's not this year, right? Is it next year? Like 2026?
I think it's next year. I believe.
Yeah,
it's
2026.
Year, yeah.
So the rumor might come back for that, but yeah. Next year. That's crazy. You know, I never really thought about that, but it's kind of insane to like pre-announce an event for 2 years from now. That seems insane to me.
That's why I said it was like, why are they announcing it a year and a half ahead of time?
Yeah, I get it like I get it like a year in advance sometimes because it's a big event and you want people to travel, but like a year and a half, it's a long fucking time. I will have already watched so much short form content. The average person will have watched so much short form content that they would have lost like another third of their neurons.
I thought it was for this year. I was like, oh, it's coming this year. Because that's the usual lead time. You announce the start of this year to the end of this year, right? Makes sense. And then I said 2026. I was like, wait, what? 2026? We're all going to be playing GTA 6. I mean, I don't know if I am. I mean, maybe. I could be a good foray. But I haven't played like a GTA game in like years and years and years, and I've never actually like really sat down and played one by myself ever. It's not been a genre that or like a series I've really gone into. GTA 6 did the same thing. It's different for a game. A game as big as GTA 6 especially It's
Yeah.
different. BlizzCon's like a 1 weekend event.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a video game release. It's completely different.
Well, but what if they release their next big thing? What if like
They might
they
be
release
announcing their next big thing,
they
yeah.
release the
What if
next
they
big
announce-
thing?
Imagine they made their own GTA, but in the World of Warcraft universe.
World of Warcraft GTA. Wouldn't it make more sense in like the Overwatch universe because there's like cars at least in World of Warcraft potentially?
No. You gotta steal someone's horse, steal someone's griffin mount.
Okay.
in Goldshire. It's like, and then the
Oh no, I paused.
what is it? The police, all these paladins come after you, and you get like three stars or some shit.
No, they should do like I feel like
And they
the
chase you around
current
Stormwind?
wave is I guess to be fair, it's a year and a half from now, so it might not be the same. But the current wave would be an extraction shooter. You would need like an Overwatch extraction shooter or something.
Oh, dude, extraction shooters are like kind of.
That's the
making
wave. That's the
a bit of a
wave right now.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
But the thing is, it won't matter a year and a half from now, to be fair. So it'll be something very different.
Dude, you don't know how many times I've wanted to get into Tarkov, but then I'm like, oh, it's too much. It's like too much. Like it's a little too intense.
Go pick up winches at Goldshire.
Pick up some wenches in Goldshire.
You getting like the crystal, like you don't have a cell phone, but you have like the magic crystal that's like talking to you, and like the mage is speaking, like your mage boss is like, yo, we need some winches. Go to the Goldshire farms to get some. I will say Tarkov is very intense because my brother's really into, he watches like a lot of Tarkov creators and he plays a lot of Tarkov. I've never been a huge extraction shooter guy, but
I don't think I've
and
ever
like
played one.
it feels like 2/3 of the creators for extraction shooters are like ex-military dudes. And I'm like, if your entire like demographic creating content are like ex-military guys, and I feel like it's just like you have a very particular vibe for your game.
They don't all have to be like military games though.
They don't have to. I'm just simply saying. I'm simply saying
That's an extraction
Tarkov.
shooter,
I'm
but
saying
it's like-
Tarkov specifically though.
Okay, right.
Tarkov
Tarkov is a
specifically.
very military game, I think. Well, it's at least like, you know, it's very grounded. It's trying to use all the real guns and shit.
I just feel like if there's any community where like 2/3 of it is ex-military, then I'm like, okay, so I'm dealing with guys that are like, they're planning the sit rep here.
Yeah.
They're planning like everything else. Like they're figuring out how shit works. It's straight common. Like I don't know.
You think there'll be a StarCraft announcement? Like Chad is just saying BlizzCon 2026 StarCraft announcement. Excuse me.
Maybe. I mean, I think RTSs are kind of like also want to come back because there's a lot of like independent like indie RTSs that have been doing pretty well and have been released.
Are they popular? Are they actually popular?
I don't know. I don't know how popular they are is the thing. I don't know how popular they are. To me, it seems like StarCraft might be a little like
they might be trying to like make more games in the genre, but I don't think the genre is popular in my opinion. I think they should make a StarCraft game that's not an RTS, like a StarCraft universe game that is either a third-person shooter.
Well, wasn't that supposed to be like StarCraft Ghost in like
It
the
is,
early
but,
2000s or whatever?
But I think they can actually make an actual StarCraft Ghost now, and for it to be good, you know.
Hello, Amore.
Back then, if you actually look at
did
the
change your
old
username.
leaked footage of StarCraft Ghost, if you watch that, you're like, yeah, you know what? I understand why they didn't release this. This does not look good. I understand it was like.
I actually never saw any footage for it, so I have no idea.
I saw the leaked alpha stuff. Like it's on YouTube, I'm sure. It wasn't leaked to me. I'm just saying it's publicly leaked somewhere. And I looked at it. I was like, oh, dude, it's like, it looks like an old Metal Gear Solid game, but just like, I don't know. Maybe it was just too bare bones because it was only an alpha, but it just didn't look like it was fun at all. It just looked kind of ass. It certainly wouldn't hold up by today's standards at all. Not even close.